table of content. So basically what we are going to learn in this particular session is advantages of using MS Excel and various purposes of use Excel. Normally there is nothing to do with that, just because we'll be going through the technical learnings only. These are the theoretical parts. Okay, so we don't need to learn all these theoretical parts, because the thing is, here we are not we all know the importance of MS Excel. That is why we are going to learn it. Okay, the second point is important, that is understanding of workbook, worksheet, column, rows, and cells. So let's come to the Excel directly. The first thing you need to learn is how to open an MS Excel. Okay, the first and easiest way is to right click anywhere, right click, go on new, and here you can have a Microsoft Excel worksheet. Okay, if I'll click it, so here it appears, and if I'll press enter twice, so it will open it. Okay, that is the easiest way. Now coming to the second part, that is, you can press the Windows key, you can type Excel, and then you can enter, press enter. So you, again, a new Microsoft Excel sheet will get open. Okay, the third way is like you press Windows plus R. Okay, that is the run command. Windows plus R you will press, that is the run command, and then here you can press Excel and then press OK. Again, Microsoft Excel will get open. Can anybody tell me that what is the difference we have figured out in all these three steps? Any one single difference? Basically, when we press the right click and open that now, first that Excel sheet file got created. Okay, and then it got open. But whenever we open it from the Windows button, yeah, we have opened it from Windows plus R, so there is no file that has been created. They have just opened the Excel, and then we need to select, and then now we need to save it to create a file. Okay, right now it will be working, and after that it will be just closing it. So you haven't written any data, so there is no file that have been created, right? But when you have created right click, so here there is a file that has already been created. So that is the difference basically. Whenever you start with new, so basically what you do, that you just right click and you press the new. It means you are giving a command to create a new Microsoft Excel file. Okay, Microsoft Excel worksheet, you are going to give a command. But whenever you start from Windows, or whenever you start from Windows plus R run command, so then at that moment there is no file get created until or unless you are going to save it. Okay, so this is the very basic difference, but you should be knowing it. Just because it's not always you need to save a file, or it's not always you need to create a file. Without, sometimes you need to do some calculations only, because of that you used to open an Excel sheet. Sometimes you need to copy or paste something for a temporary basis. For that you don't need to save everything. So you don't need to save always, you don't need to save anything. So always you don't need to create a number of files. Okay, rather than creating a number of files, you should be knowing that when and how it would be useful to use an Excel without even saving a file. Okay, so this is the home screen basically whenever you see it. So here what we are here basically first, so the basic thing is, here you get an option that whenever you are going to start a MS Excel, what you want to open. You want to have a blank workbook. Blank workbook basically means like what is a worksheet and workbook. So basically in a book, whatever a single page is, similarly here works as a worksheet. Okay, and when there is a bundle of worksheets, there is a bundle of pages that are banded together, so that becomes a book. Similarly, if within a same Excel sheet, if you have a number of sheets, you have added a number of these, we'll be learning that how we are going to add sheets. So you have added a number of sheets, then it becomes a workbook. Okay, so here you get an options that these are the templates. These are templates. Templates are basically nothing but just a pre-designed tabs. Okay, pre-designed workbooks in which there is already the formula is there, the formatting is there. You only need to enter the data as per your requirement, and then you will get the results. For example, there is the expense report. Okay, so in expense report, every data would be, every formula would be provided. You just need to enter your details and you will get an expense report. So basically, there are many more templates available in the Excel sheet. So as per your requirement, you can choose any one of them, and you just need to put your own data only, and you will get the reports according to your requirement. Okay, so these are the predefined, pre-designed workbooks, you can say. Okay, now coming to this blank workbook. So this whole is a workbook, and from here in the downward section, you can see that there is an option of adding new sheets. So here, if you add new sheets, now there are a number of sheets in this particular section, so it becomes a workbook, and these are worksheets. Okay, so you must have got the difference between the workbook and worksheets, right? Now coming to this part, like wherever I used to select, this is this particular surrounded part, this rectangular part is a cell. Okay, so this rectangular part is a cell, and these you can see that A, B, C, D. So these are columns. Okay, these are columns, and these 1, 2, 3 numerical parts, these are known as rows. Okay, so basically a cell is formed with the help of a column and a row. Okay, within this row and a column, basically the horizontal and vertical lines intersect each other and they form a rectangular shape, and that shape is known as a cell. Okay, just because it is created by the columns and the rows, so all the particular cells have their name, and the by default name is being shown in the name box. This is the name box. Okay, this is the name box, and here you can see that every particular cell is being named by the column name followed by their row number. Wherever you will select, you can see that this cell name is being shown here. That is the column name followed by the row number. Okay, this is the by default cell name. You can also rename the cell, and that is very easy. You can just double click on the name box and you can name it. Okay, so let's say I have named it as Vivek. Okay, you can also name like with control button. Like I have just pressed the left click, and with the right click I am increasing this area. I have selected this area, and I can also name this area, rename this area. Just went to the name box and just named it as Alam. Now if what in whatever sheet, within this workbook, wherever I am, I don't need to do anything. I just need to put what, either I need to say what, I need to go anywhere, so I'll press Control G. Basically that is the shortcut key for go to. So I'll press Control G and I'll press what, get Vivek. Okay, so I'll be reaching here just because I have named this cell as Vivek. Or else I can just do what, Control G, and I'll press what, Alok. So I'll be reaching there. This particular area has been named as Alok. So this is the use of renaming the particular cell range or renaming the particular data. Okay, so that you can reach there from any part of this particular workbook. That is the thing. Now, what if, like coming to this numbers, the total numbers. So the total numbers of this particular rows are, you can see that there is 10,48,576 rows, correct? So there are total in one particular sheet, the dimensions basically is of 10,48,576 rows. And if you'll be coming to get the number of columns, so you can figure out it with the help of this. So this is 16,384. So 68,384 columns are there, and 10,48,576 or something Yeah, 10,48,576 rows are there. So this is basically what you can say, that 48,576. So there are total this into this much of cells available in your one Excel sheet. So whenever the data goes beyond this limit, then what you do? So basically, whenever the data goes beyond this limit, then you use MS Access. Okay. MS Access is a part which basically earlier it was not so easy to for the data to go to become so large so that it will go beyond this level. But yeah, these days it's very common that the data goes beyond this level. Not for us basically, but yeah, when somebody is going for the data science, so obviously after a level you will be facing some scenarios in which this data would be going beyond this level. So at that moment, we need to use MS Access. Okay. So this is the thing what cell, columns and rows are. Okay. Now we have already learned about the workbook, about the worksheet, about the columns, rows and cells. Correct? Ribbons and tabs. So what is ribbon and what is tab? So this is the ribbon. Here, this is the ribbon. Basically the whole thing, this thing is the ribbon and these are tabs. Basically in each and every tab we have a number of items. Okay, this is the home tab. Within this home tab you can see this, the long pattern. This is known as the ribbon. In this ribbon you can go through different groups. So these lines you can see now, these lines are dividing this number of items, and that these lines are known as, this particular unit is known as group. Okay, so these are groups, and within these groups these are the items. Okay, these are the items, and these items and tools, basically you can say either items or tools you can say. So these are the tools. So basically a similar type of tools uh, together forms a group. The similar type of groups form a ribbon, and these ribbons are under a single tab. So this is the home tab. Under the home tab you can go through this undo group, then there is a clipboard group, there is font group, alignment group is there, number group is there, style group is there, cell group is there, editing and analysis group is there. So let's start with something that is basically font group, that is very basic. Now, what basically font group does? So font group has all the tools that pertains, that basically helps you in editing the fonts. Like, let's say here, whatever I have written. So I have written a number of things. Now, in all these things, the first thing what you need to change is your font. So here you can change the font, in what font you want to write. Now coming to the size part. So here, from here, you can change the sizes as well. Okay, again, these two tools are for the sizes, that if you want to increase the size, so you can click on this, or if you want to decrease the size, so you can click on this. Okay, for the same thing, we can use Control Shift greater than or smaller than, but most of the time it is not basically used. Like Control Shift greater than or smaller than can be, sometimes it works in MS Word, but most of the times in Excel it doesn't work. So these are the tools to decrease the size or to increase the size. After that, if you want to make it bold, from here you can make it bold, or even you can use the shortcut key of Control B to make it bold or unbold. Okay. Now coming to this part, this is a bit italic, so you can use the Control I shortcut key is there for the italics. You can make it italic or unitalic. Then coming to the underline. So like Microsoft Word, now you don't have a number of options for underlining. Like in Microsoft Word, you have a vast range that what type of underline you want, what color of underline you want. But in Excel, there are very limited options. Like if you want single underline or you want double underline, whatever you want, you can just select it and you can get it underlined. Now coming to this border option. So what type of borders you want for your cell, so you can select it accordingly. Now also you can select the border color, line, style, everything. Like either you can go through this option. Okay, from here you can get the line style, you can get the line colors and everything. Or else what you can do, you can draw a border by basically your wish, that from where you want to draw a border. Okay, or else what you can say, you can just go to more borders, and from here you get a number of options to design it by your wish. So you can design it here as well. One thing I must tell you, that you should remember the shortcut keys. You must remember the shortcut keys, because while using MS Excel, you are using it to minimize your time utilization. Okay, so basically you are using it to minimize your wastage of time. So you want to utilize your time, you need to work faster, and for working faster, rather than going to the tools searching for it, you can just go through the shortcut keys, so that your work will be get done easier, in an easier form, right? So please don't don't skip the shortcut keys. Just try to memorize as much as shortcut keys you can. The second and most important part, basically that's a hack for shortcut keys, that whenever you press Alt button, you always get the shortcut keys. Okay, so what you can do, either you can use or remember the typical shortcut keys, or else you can memorize your own shortcut keys. For example, when let's say I just want to make this underline. Okay, I just want to make it single underline from double underline. So what I can do, first I need to go to the home tab, right? For home tab, it is saying to press H, correct? So I'll press H. Whenever I'll press H, now it is asking for bold, italics, underline. It is asking me for underline for 3. So I'll press 3. Now it is saying that it has already been double underlined. So for the single underline, I need to press U. So I'll press U. It's Alt H3 U, right? Alt H3 U. That is what I used for applying the underline. Rather than going to the underline tab, let's say you are in the data tab, so rather than going to the home tab and then pressing an underline or something, you can just namely use what, Alt H3 U. Okay, so these are the things that you can use. Basically, like for auto fitting, I normally use Alt HOI. So I just don't go to this particular format tab and then like press auto column width or auto fit column width. I don't use this. I just press Alt HOI, and that is my shortcut key, because most of the time I need to use this column auto fit. Okay, so that is what that is going to help you out in working in a much better and a faster way to in organizing your data. Okay, so this is the home tab. In the home tab, this is the first thing what we have done. This tab is used to fill, this tool is used to fill the cells, that what color you want to fill in that particular cell. And similarly, this particular tool is used to change the color of your font. So one is used to change the font color and the another is used to change the background. So this is what font tabs, font group helps you. Now coming to this alignment part. So in this alignment, basically, this is a cell, right? So as you increase this particular height and you have increased the particular width, like what I did, I just went to the border part. You will get the double arrowed sign. You will press the left click, and then you can move it further. Okay, so that the size can get increased. Now coming to this one and only cell, what happens, like in Excel now, there are 6 combinations of alignments. This one is right, center and left, and this one is bottom, middle and up, basically top, middle and bottom. So including all these 6 now, we have 9 positions. 9 positions in the sense that first you can have all these 3, top, middle and bottom in the left alignment, like it is already in left, so you can have it top, in the middle and in the downward section. Similarly, for the center also, you have your bottom, your middle and top, and again in the right as well, it's top, middle and bottom. So you have your 9 alignment scenarios depending upon your requirement with the combination of the alignments available. So basically alignment is the way, like in which direction you want your text. Now these are the basically these are the indents. Indents in the sense the distance from the border, how much distance from the border you want. Okay, so this is for decreasing, sorry, increasing the indents. So as this alignment is already right, so it means this is the border for this, and from here how much distance they want, so they'll be increasing it. Or else similarly the same thing if we do it now here, so it came up here just because the border changes from this right to left. Okay, so depending upon the border it increases or decreases this alignment. So alignment, basically this indent is the distance from the border. From here they are starting, so from the alignment side they used to increase or decrease their distance. That for that purpose indent is being used. Now let's say this is the text. So now how my text should be showing. So this is the orientation, like in which angle you want your text to be shown. Okay, so this is the way you can just select it. Like this is only showing 3 because your text is bigger and it is taking much space. That's why. Okay, so you can change the directions as well here, like this or like this. So you can change your orientations. Okay, so basically, and if you want to clear it, so you can just clear everything or just clear the format. So now here you come to the simplest data without any format, without any changes, without any table color or something. Like the simplest data, you just cleared every single formatting when you come to a normal text. Now, coming to this particular part within the alignment section only, this is the option of a wrap text. Basically, wrap text does what? So in this particular cell, if you have the particular data that is crossing your limit, okay. So this is what, this is crossing this particular column. And now you have two options. Either you will increase this particular, just increase the column width. Okay, either you can increase the column width or you can just increase this row height or merge this particular data. So wrapping text means it will just cut down this particular data from here and it will move it in the same cell by increasing the height rather than increasing the column width. It will increase the row height. Here it will work like this. Okay, this is what wrapping text is, because you don't have the space to increase the column width, so it will increase the row height to adjust the data accordingly. Okay, now coming to this part, this is the most interesting thing we most probably use, because here we used to merge cells. Merge cells means mixing them and making them a single cell. Like there are 4 different cells, right? There is A2 is A2, B2, C2, and D2. I need to make all of them to merge a single cell. So what I'll do, I'll just press here. So the by default function is merge and center. Merge and center means basically it will merge that whole cells and the alignment would become by default a center alignment. Even though you can make changes to this alignment, left, right, or center or middle, you can change it as per your wish. This is it. Now here is a merge and center by default option. Merge across means if you will merge it across, so basically what happens, like it will merge across, but the alignment won't change to center. Okay, it will be a right alignment only. Now merge cells, normally it merges cells, and then there is a fourth option that is unmerge, so it will change to back to normal. Okay, so these are the options of alignments.